And welcome back to the AM Drive live on 12 Sports. Our returning contributor here is Pete. Philly Pete. Philadelphia Peter. Fantasy football guru. NHL supreme leader capper. This dude's awesome. King of the God KI fan.
And he's got sleeves on today.
I was shocked about that, actually. Thank you.
Must be chilly up there in Philly.
Yeah, no, not today. Still warm, but all my good tanks are in the hamper. I got to do some washing.
Wow.
No tanks today, ladies and gentlemen. No tanks today.
Aaron, tell us about Vice Golf, brother.
I would love to tell you about Vice Golf. It's very simple, really. They make premium golf balls, sell them at a discount, and ship them directly to you at a fraction of the cost of the other guys, the Titleists, the Callaways, the TaylorMades, etc. Visit MikeandAaronDrive.com and click that Vice Golf logo, the one you see right next over there to Philly Pete. It looks just like that over at MikeandAaronDrive.com. Pick up your Vice Golf balls today because I know that up in that Northeast, there's not too much time left to play golf.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, exactly. So as we alluded to here, we got Philly Pete on, the DFS guru, fantasy football expert, also a hockey expert, but we're not going to get into that today. We're going to talk football, and we've got Thursday Night Football, the first one of the season. We have the Giants heading over to D.C. to take on the Washington football team. Hopefully they've got their plumbing issues fixed at FedEx Field. But Washington currently, as it stands, is a 3.5-point favorite. The live total in this one is 40.5. Such an exciting show we get to have on Thursday Night Football to open up the season. We get the Giants and Mike Carvelis' boyfriend, Daniel Jones.
Shots fired. I would like to say before Pete speaks, it's funny how the NFL started the season with Cowboys and Buccaneers in a thriller, and now we get this garbage. But whatever.
Versus Ryan Fitzpatrick. Oh, never mind. Versus Tyler Heineke.
Taylor Heineke.
You know what? He doesn't even deserve for me to know his name.
Leave him alone.
Get this Heineken's ready, boys.
Tyler Heineken. That's what I'm gonna. I say we make it into a drinking game. Every time they say Taylor Heineke, we drink. I think that's the bet tonight. That's the bet tonight. Well, just give us a little synopsis of this game, Pete. I mean, like I said, I'm not super thrilled to watch it, but as a degenerate gambler, I'm going to have action on it.
Of course, first and foremost, we got to make sure we get a 12-pack of Heinekens before we kick off this game tonight. But this game would have been a lot better if Ryan Fitzpatrick was playing. I would have leaned the Redskins a lot more tonight as well. You have Antonio Gibson that's getting a ton of carries here tonight as well. I'm not sure how much I could trust the air game for Washington tonight. Of course, you have Terry McLaurin, obviously one of the best receivers out in the game, definitely a top 10 receiver. But I feel like they're going to hand the ball off a lot tonight. I really do with Antonio Gibson. But I mean, if you saw the Giants last week, I mean, Danny Dimes had a decent performance. You had Sterling Shepard that came out of nowhere with about, I believe he had 11 catches or 7 or 8 catches for over 100 yards last week, and a touchdown too. So that's pretty good to see. I know a lot of people have Sterling Shepard picked up now too. He should be a hot commodity this upcoming week, picking up wise, especially with Evan Ingram out. I believe he's out tonight for this game, so that's going to definitely build up the air game. And Saquon Barkley, we don't know what he's going to play tonight, but we don't know how much he's going to play tonight. He only had 3-4 fantasy points last week. Not great. They're going to ease him back into the lineup, of course. So I really think the game tonight for the Giants has to be in the air once again. I really do believe that. And I just think that with a backup quarterback, with Heineke, basically behind center tonight, I'm not sure if I could trust him right now. That 3.5 line is pretty good. You're getting the hook, which is pretty solid. So I'm taking the points for the Giants. I like the plus 3.5 here.
Wow.
Couple side notes here. Daniel Jones is also 4-0 with a 100 passer rating against the Washington Redskins. Oh God, Washington Redskins. I'm sorry to say the Redskins, but the Washington football team. Him and I believe we got to get Golladay back in the mix as well. You have Sterling Shepard. I mean, they're two top dogs for Danny Dimes as is, but hopefully they have better chemistry. Divisional dog game. All division games I feel like are always this close. But I just can't see it being more than a field goal here. Of course, Heineke. When I say back to him, it's going to be tough to basically trust him in the air game tonight. That's why I see a lot of Antonio Gibson tonight. But we'll see what happens without Fitzpatrick. And I just like the points here. Another side note I have a couple notes that I have side right here before I was talking to you guys. But another reason why I like the plus 3.5 is because the underdog carries appeal with an offensively challenged opponent, obviously when it's spotting more than just a field goal. Washington carved out just 259 yards and just 1 touchdown in its season opener with Fitzpatrick. Obviously, he was hurt in the first half. Heinicke, 38.2 passer rating. Obviously pathetic in relief, but he steps in against the Giants here. He's thrown just as many interceptions, that's 3, as touchdowns in 9 career appearances. Curtis Samuel, on the other hand, he remains on the IR. No Curtis Samuel tonight once again. And then, of course, the Giants were equally impotent on offense in week 1 with, of course, Saquon Barkley with 10 carries for 26 yards. You're not getting much out of him. But, of course, visiting teams, okay, here's another thing to consider. Visiting teams, so I'm talking to the Giants here, 11-8 straight up on Thursday night football games last season. So I know it's short traveling, but you're not traveling that crazy for the Giants. You're only traveling, down to D.C. It's not a couple hours away. So, but 11-8 straight up last season were the away teams in Thursday night football. So I think the trend continues tonight. I'm not going to say it's a straight up win for the Giants, but I do think the Giants do cover that plus 3.5.
So, not to mention, I've got a few head-to-heads here as well with this specific matchup. We got the under at 21-7 in their last 28 meetings, which is over the last 14 years. We got the Giants 4-1 against the spread last 5 times they've gone down to FedEx Field. Also 4-1 against the spread last 5 times these two teams have met. And the road team is 5-1 against the spread in the last meetings, which all favor the Giants and the under as well here, which is the two spots I like. I think with these two defenses, I'm looking at a Giants win with an under here, in my opinion.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna. The Giants straight up win, that's great, but the plus 3.5 is nice. And again,
I'm going to take the points, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely the points and the under too. I agree there. I just think Thursday night games are so sloppy. I just can't. I can't see myself taking an over at all. But this is a game where an offense is still figuring out a backup quarterback. Is Danny Dimes going to have a decent night tonight? But Washington's defense is pretty damn good. So an under definitely is. I like the under and the plus 3.5 here as well. So that's where I'm at.
Hey, Mikey, do you want a fun fact here, Mike? I want to give you a fun fact. Terry McLaurin has started 32 games. He has caught passes from 11 different quarterbacks.
He's like DeAndre Hopkins. He plays great every quarterback he has.
It's incredible.
Sure
I do want to mention, though, Pete, I think Gio would be on my side with this one, by the way. So I'm leaning Taylor Heinicke like minus 3.5 for the football team. I think it does go under, like you guys said. I'm leaning football team, though, because I think Giants have this. Tell me again how many rushing yards Saquon had, how many Daniel Jones had rushing yards.
Yes. 27 and 26. Yes.
Thank you.
But Saquon's hurt. You have to remember that. He's still hurt.
And he played the Denver Bronco defense.
Oh, my goodness.
If you're going to ball watch Daniel Jones, you have to help the supporting cast around him as well.
Oh, he has no supporting cast.
That's a bold statement. And I don't want to just assume Gia is not smart like Mike is. I don't want to assume that. She's a baby.
Yeah, that's true. She's right here. Speaking of the devil,
thank you.
She can tell us. She can tell us. Gia, isn't Mikey dumb?
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, I think I like the Giants here tonight. I gotta favor what Daddy does, So I like.
I respect that.
All right, Pete, go ahead and find us an optimal DFS play here.
Okay, so
that's awesome.
Pete's wife.
Sorry, I know. I know.
I love it.
She'll probably go on my show today if she's up. She just ate.
Yes.
So we'll see. So if I'm looking at lineups here tonight. I have 3. Now, I'm sticking with Sterling Shepard and Daniel Jones, okay? They're definitely going to be in my lineups. And Antonio Gibson as well. He might be my MVP for tonight, Gibson, because, again, I just don't trust Heinicke. And I just think they're going to run the crap out of the ball tonight. But if I'm thinking optimized lineup here, my MVP right off the bat is going to be Antonio Gibson. I also have Terry McLaurin in my lineup as well. I have Daniel Jones, like I just said. Adam Humphries, just because I just feel like he might be that check down guy tonight. And you get to the point where you're taking 3 guys with top money in daily fantasy that you're going to be struggling with a little bit of money left. You're trying to get 2 guys left. Adam Humphries is going to be one of those guys for me. And I'm taking a shot here. And I want to go with Saquon Barkley. I mean, I just feel like, I know he's hurt. I get it. He only had 26 yards. But Denver defense, rush defense, is pretty darn good. So, and again, they're easing this guy back. Washington defense, we'll see what happens. This is a divisional game. We know division games are extremely difficult. But if you're looking for one of those last guys that put in, I just think Saquon would be that guy. So MVP, Antonio Gibson, Terry McLaurin, Daniel Jones, Adam Humphries, Saquon Barkley. Now, if you're talking about tournament lineups, then I would add Sterling Shepard absolutely in that lineup too. So, but that's where I stand. I'm liking this lineup. I really do. We cashed out last Thursday's lineup. So let's do it again this Thursday night.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very fair. We're talking to Philly Pete, host of Pete's Power Plays here on 12 Ounce Sports Network. Quick side note here before we get to a special topic that we saved just for you. I just want to get your thoughts. You don't have to be lineups or anything. I just want to get your thoughts on the Sunday night football game, Jackson versus Mahomes. It's must-see TV. We know that Lamar Jackson hasn't been able to beat Pat Mahomes 0-3 so far in his career. But, I mean, all the eyeballs are going to be on Sunday night football game. What are your thoughts on that game on Sunday night?
So, you know what? It's funny you say that. This is Baltimore's game. And this is – honestly, this is not – Baltimore is plus 3.5. I thought it would be a little bit more than that. So, books are obviously favoring, Baltimore a little bit, knowing the way Baltimore was on this past Monday night, which was crazy. I mean, that was an intense game.
Yes.
Vegas got Vegas got it, man. They absolutely got that game, and I can't believe it. They should have lost first and goal, and they throw a pick, and then all of a sudden, luck comes their way. But hey, it's Sin City after all. So I mean, what are you going to get? No, just a Raiders victory. But Kansas City, I mean, they did look sloppy the first quarter of that game, and then they absolutely just tore it up the entire rest of the game. I mean, that's just Kansas City for you. That's Mahomes. That's Mahomes magic. You have Tyreek. It's the best offense in the NFL, hands down. But Baltimore, you have to figure they have a little chip on their shoulder now. They have to be a little ticked off after what happened on Monday night. The heroics of Las Vegas, I should say, if you want to even consider that. But I don't know. It's just so tough to beat this KC team. They did look vulnerable on defense, I could tell you that. But I just can't trust Lamar Jackson's arm right now. I can't.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. It's tough. It's inconsistent. Listen, he could run. I think he's a better runner than Mahomes, and absolutely. But that's the only way they're going to win this game, I think, is on the ground, because I just can't trust that inconsistency of his arm. I just think Kansas City should probably win this game. I think they will. But this is going to be out of all the games I see here on Sunday, I think this is probably the best game on the schedule.
100%.
KC Baltimore. By far, I don't see anything else that pops out to me right now. So, I just think that's going to be where all the eyes are. I mean, right now, if I'm taking if there's a gun to my head right now, I'm taking KC minus 3.5. I might even buy the half point to get to -3. Just take KC's KC, man. It's just, and again, just the inconsistency of Lamar is what really worries me, whether they're home or away. That's how I feel.
Philly Pete, I want to let you know before Aaron goes on here that you might have melted the dang ice when you said Lamar Jackson probably was a better runner than Patrick Mahomes. That was a hot take,
that's just
bro.
fact. A hot take. A hot take.
No, look what he did.
That was
he's a better pass. Oh, okay.
Did you see him? Did you see him Monday night? Did you see him running on Monday night? They couldn't even tackle him.
I know he's nuts.
Lamar's a better runner.
Absolutely. Maybe Lamar's got a future as a running back when this thing doesn't work
You know
out
what?
at QB.
You're just ooh.
All right, I want to get to this last segment before Mike loses his lid here, and
I can see that already.
I say there it is. It's gone. We're gonna talk college football in the fourth segment, but I saved this one just for you. And there's a big matchup this week in your neck of the woods: Auburn at Penn State. There you go. Get fired up. Get fired up. You traveling over for that? You gonna go over there?
I'll be there, man.
Hey, I love to see it.
It's funny because I've had season tickets since 2009, since I graduated from there.
Wow.
And this is the game where, my dad and I were like, all right, let's circle up. You have Michigan at home this year. We have Auburn. I'm like, when was the last time the SEC when was the last time SEC came to Happy Valley? Well, that was 2011 when we played Alabama with a whiteout, and we lost. We got smoked. We lost by 27-11. We lost by basically 2 touchdowns. But this game here, whiteout, first whiteout in 2 years. I haven't been up there in 2 years, and this is going to be special. I cannot wait. It's going to be fun. It's going to be packed. And who you guys could probably answer this for me, but who's the SEC guy on ESPN? I forget.
Oh, Big Ears.
Yeah, Feinbaum. Yeah, Feinbaum. He said Auburn is in for a rude awakening.
Thank you.
For a whiteout, because it is a tough place to play. You're seeing nothing but white. It's the most spectacular experience for anyone to go see. If you're not a Penn State fan, you should still check this out. It should be on everyone's bucket list. It's phenomenal. And I'm glad I could just be 3-4 hours away of a drive to check this out. And man, I am ready for this game. I'm leaving tomorrow. Actually, I'll be on the road tomorrow. So
that's awesome. Drive safe, bro.
I can say I have experienced Happy Valley, and my team came away with a win, so I appreciate that. When UCF walked up there and beat them, so that was nice.
Is that with Blake Bortles?
Blake Bortles.
I was there.
Yeah,
that's right.
Were you?
Blake Butt. What? Blake Butt.
Bortles. Did you have Storm Johnson as the running back too?
2013. Yeah, that was probably Storm Johnson, Rennell Hall. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah,
but it's
awesome.
It's crazy to think that so many years prior that we were in the same building, something like that, man. It's just
I know.
Wait, what?
Life is funny that way. Well, give me the pick. It's Penn State -5. We got about 30 seconds left in the show. Pick this game against the spread.
And minus this again. I just think that I'm not being biased here because I never bet on Penn State games. But if I had to pick this game tonight, I'm taking straight on the under. I've been hitting these unders with Penn State games nonstop, and I feel like the trend continues. Whiteout games were 8-8. Okay, so this tradition obviously happened back in 2005. But I just think I got to give the points to Auburn here. I got to take that +5 just to be safe. I will lose money in a Penn State blowout, and I'll be completely happy with that if Penn State wins by 6. I'm okay with losing a couple dollars here and there. But if I'm being honest here, tight game is an SEC school. They're good. Bo Nix is still at quarterback. I like this Auburn team. They're good. They're gutsy. Give me +5 with the Auburn here. But my heavily lean here is definitely on that under.
Yeah, I like the underplay on that one too. But you're right. As a Penn State fan, you can't walk in there betting Auburn -5. You need Penn State to just beat the brakes off them. I can totally respect that.
I think they will.
That's right. Absolutely. So there you have it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we enjoyed this segment. we enjoyed this segment with Philly.
You love me too. I had a great time, guys. Thank you for having me on board. This is fun. So obviously,
much obliged. Tuesday. Oh, sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off. We're running out of time here. It's just Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at noon Eastern.
No, go ahead.